As one of the Greens MPs in the New South Wales Parliament, when you're standing up here to talk against Mike Baird, the real problem is where do you start? Where do you start? Well, let's start with local government. And Mike Baird, his Liberal and Coalition mates, have destroyed the concept of local democracy. They've sacked the Inner West councils, they've removed democracy, they're putting their mates to run the place for 18 months, and they think we'll just lie down and have our bellies tickled. Well, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I want you to know this. It's not just in the Inner West where people are in open revolt against Mike Baird's attack on local democracy. In the Mid-North Coast, there's a plucky little council called Gloucester that had a top down. They stood up to coal seam gas. They got rid of AGL. They kicked them out of their shire. And what did Mike Baird do to Gloucester? He sacked them, he put them in a mega merger, he joined them with two other councils, and he thought again, the people of Gloucester, the people of Gloucester, the people of Taree would just lie down. Well, they did not. They attended their council. They attended the first council meeting of this so-called Mid-Coast Council, where the administrator is a bloke in the pay of the coal industry. And they stood up, the nitty nanas sat in the chair, and they said they want their council back. We're going to regrow those trees. But it's not just the trees in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. Mike Baird's already taken to the trees around Sydney with his 1050 laws, and the chainsaws didn't end, but now he wants to tear down the native vegetation laws. He wants to see native vegetation clear-felled by a tiny minority of farmers who think that they can make more money out of chopping down native vegetation for 1 or 2 years of crop. But we're not going to let that happen either, are we? So get a submission into the Biodiversity Review, keep an eye on it, because that's a real threat to the future of our endangered plants and animals, koalas, the whole biodiversity of New South Wales. They can take over the microphone, issue a move-on order, and direct you to disperse. And if you did it, they could arrest you and they could jail you. What kind of place are we living in? And it's no surprise that Mike Baird doesn't like the citizens' revolt against coal seam gas. So what did he do? He made it a crime punishable by 7 years jail for nitty nanas to stand in front of a coal seam gas truck and not let them on the property to destroy the land and the water that they're on. This is no democracy. But I'm not finished, I'm sorry. Just 3 weeks ago, he passed a new raft of laws through the New South Wales Parliament. One of them is a public safety order power. A police officer, senior police officer, no reference to a court, no need for evidence, can now issue any one of you with a public safety order. If they think that you going somewhere is going to create a safety concern, a public safety concern. And they can tell you can't go there all Friday, or you can't go there all Saturday, or you can't go there all Sunday. And they can say that that order against any one of you will last the rest of your natural life. You can't go to mosque, you can't go to church, you can't go to a protest meeting, you can't go to a union meeting, whatever they like. And you have no appeal against it in any court in the state. Let's be clear about it. They haven't started using the laws yet. They haven't started using their law after law to criminalise protests, to jail you at whim, to put in place public safety orders. But when they do, the machinery is in place in New South Wales to turn this place into a police state, and we are not going to take it. We are not going to take it. And I am not interested in waiting 3 years to get this place back. I'm not interested in waiting for the next state election. We want to return, we want to recover our neighbourhoods. We're going to stand up for our environment. We're going to take back our democracy. Because Mike Baird and his Liberal and Coalition mates are not governing for us, and they can't govern without us.